All right, sweet. Let's actually get started with this talk. Yeah. Did you guys see the Union Cross ending? Cause it was something, man. It was actually kind of something. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, it's in English at this point. You can check it out on KH Insider's YouTube. Everglow also did a translation, but yeah, it's out there. It's definitely out there. It's like a 35-minute little episode. Good something or bad something? Well, it's really a mixture of that. I'm just going to tell you guys my personal experience with it. First of all, I'm going to preface this. I haven't paid attention at all to Union Cross this whole time. I tried to get into it. I played 15 minutes of the gacha game and it was not fun. And I was like, cool, uninstall. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And if important story shit happens, it'll be on my Twitter feed and I will go there and I will check it out. But up to this point, I didn't really need to pay attention to the whole thing. And so far, I've been right about that. And then the ending came out, and I figured that now was a good time to kind of pop in because I figured that they would probably put some important stuff. And they certainly did. So, preface that, if I say some stuff that makes it sound like I'm ignorant and I don't understand all of the things about all the characters and everything that ever happened in Union Cross, it's because I don't. It's because I actually haven't watched the whole thing. So I'm just kind of letting you know what I've experienced, and I'm mostly going to just talk from my own perspective. Not going to try and extrapolate any further than that and make some accusations about the game that I don't know about for the most part. I'm going to talk about some shit that I liked, dude, because there was actually a part of Union Cross that I thought was really fucking dope, and that was at the very beginning. That was the Master of Masters thing. It's the scene where Master of Masters and Luxu are kind of having a conversation, and Master of Masters is going over his whole entire plan, and he's disclosing it only to Luxu. He's the only one that actually knows about it. And bro, it's fucking wild. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it, because I'm about to disclose some serious spoilers. But holy shit, dude. Master of Masters is a monster. He is so fucked up, and he's everything that I've ever wanted from the KH franchise as far as storytelling is concerned in a long time. Basically, the dude is a defender of light, and he will do anything to defend the light, and he has seen a shit ton of his friends be defeated by the darkness, and it's like his goal, his life's journey, to defeat the darkness and save the light. But it goes even more beyond that. It's actually insane. The dude's plan is this. This ties into the Union Cross movie. Get all the Union Cross leaders to think that there's a traitor and start fighting over each other to create discord within their heart. And then from there, the way that it goes, if I remember, is he talks about darkness and how darkness used to have a physical form, but now it no longer has a physical form. What is it? I found a way to create a form or become a form of itself that is not physical and therefore cannot be defeated. It's formless and it's able to like penetrate and like go, fester within people's hearts. And that's how it's taken a lot of his friends over the years. Master of Masters is like, well, shit, I can't beat it because it doesn't have a form. What do I do? Wait a second. I give it a form. That's how I do it. How do I give it a form? I give it a vessel. A human vessel. So my man is literally creating the Union Cross leaders and having them all fight amongst each other, thinking that there's a traitor and not trusting each other at all, in order to create vessels where darkness can fester. And so the formless darknesses that he can't defeat will all go inside these vessels, and then he can defeat them. He's literally taking the Union Cross leaders, and he's like, yep, you guys are bait. You guys are cattle. I'm just using you guys so that I can kill you later. It is fucked up, dude. It is so crazy. And then like the moment Luxu makes that realization that he's doing this, Master of Masters, this is the best part. The best part of it is Master of Masters is like, hey, buddy, We can't bring emotions into this. We can't be sentimental about this, okay? This is part of the master plan. There's no room for feelings. We can't do that. And that's when I knew that this guy had the potential to be dope, dude. He straight up is just like, this is a battle between that which is human and that which is inhuman. And I'm like, bro, this is it. This is the one. He said, fuck your feelings. I will do whatever it takes. I will raise these people to become vessels for darkness to go in so that I can kill them later to destroy the darkness. And I will totally let all these Keyblade wielders right now just die. I will let this world plunge into darkness and die so that the dandelions can come back later and bring balance back. He's totally willing to just submerge, just fuck everything. Fuck this world. Fuck the Union Cross people. I've been raising you all just so that I can kill you, just so that I can beat the darkness. This dude is fucked up, and I love it. Oh my God. The part that I love is that this guy, he just tells you straight up how fucked up he is, and he just doesn't care. He just tells you straight up, we can't be sentimental about this. We can't be emotional about this. We gotta let this happen so that we can defeat the darkness, because that's the only thing that matters, is beating the darkness. Everything else, people, their lives, whatever, fuck it. You can't cut it down. And, okay, best part, apparently just lore shit. There are 13 original darknesses and 7 lights. I don't know, Nomura just wrote it in. But among the 13 darknesses are 7 terrible darknesses, 7 deadly darknesses, the 7 deadly sins. Chat, remember a couple streams ago where I was like, dude, why are they named why are the Union Cross leaders named the 7 deadly sins? Like, it's stupid. They've got terrible names. I hate it. This is dumb. There's no point. It's cool that they are named after the 7 deadly sins, but there's no point to. But wait, there is a reason. There is a reason. Because they are named after the 7 deadly sins of darknesses that he's trying to kill, dude. It's unbelievable. What the fuck? Finally, we have reached a point where these dumb names that Nomura has been coming up with finally make thematic and narrative sense. It's crazy, dude. I don't know what happened, but we have finally gotten there, dude. We have finally reached some fucking Kino shit in the story, and I'm down for it, dude. I'm like, please continue going down this road, because it's good. Oh, I am so for it, dude. Yeah, no, I'm nerding out because I'm for this. This is like the most character development that I've seen in a long time. Suddenly, the narrative writing and the theming behind these guys' names makes sense. We're going down this interesting plot thread of this dude who loves the light so much that he's willing to do the most fucked up shit to defend it. In a game series that up to this point has been super binary of just light versus darkness, and it's just as simple as that. And now we have finally reached a point where this dude who loves the light is actually the most evil motherfucker on the face of the planet. I'm down, dude. Finally, we have actually gotten somewhere where I'm just like, I'm into the story now. I'm interested in this. Please continue down this road. Cool. Awesome. I'm glad we had this discussion. Master Masters was dope. The rest of Union Cross ending was like, it was okay, right? Larium, what is it? I don't even know their names. Marluxia's somebody, Larxene's somebody, and Vin, they get teleported to the future using the big machine in End of the World in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, they get teleported to the future. Brain and Luxu have like a neat little conversation going on. The player character, Ephemer and Scold, have this big scene where the darknesses possess the player character. Actually, not even that. The player character pretends to be possessed and fights Ephemer and Scold so that they can be saved. And then the player character sacrifices himself to trap the darkness within this, sub-dimension or some shit like that. It's kind of neat. There wasn't really much to go there. And then I guess the player character dies. Chirithy shows up. We go to Keyblade Heaven, and we see all of the Keyblade wielders of all the different factions and their hearts becoming the Dream Eaters. Okay, cool. And then he's like, bro, I don't want to be a Dream Eater. And Chirithy's like, okay, well, if you don't want to be a Dream Eater, you can just be reincarnated. And he's like, cool, I'll do that. And so he's reincarnated into Xehanort. And then we see Xehanort's mom for a second, and it kind of fast forwards, and it takes us to when Xehanort is hanging out with Ericus and shit. So I guess like the player character is Xehanort. We were Xehanort all along. Oh man, cool. I guess. Oh right, so Brain shows up. Brain ends up in Scala in the future, and he looks around and he's like, yo, Ephmer. There's a statue of Ephmer in Scala. And he's like, yo, Ephmer actually created Scala, essentially. That's what happened. And then Luxu is out in the desert, supposedly, and then he pulls his hood back, and it looks like Brain. And, I mean, honestly, it's Kingdom Hearts. People looking exactly like other people in this franchise is not a new thing, so that could literally mean anything. So the Union Cross ending happened, and people were getting super, super hype about it. I guess that leads us to the next part of the topic, which is just, people react. A lot of people were reacting to the Union Cross ending, and I saw some stuff on my feed. This tweet specifically. So I guess it was, what is it? The actual mission was mission 979, right? And people took the number 979, they put it into Google, and they went like hidden meaning, and we get endings leading to new beginnings, and people start freaking out like, oh my god, dude, I can't believe it no more, he's doing it again. And yeah, I threw out this tweet. It's not that big of a deal. And I think I realized maybe like a day or so after I threw out this tweet, there wasn't like a gigantic amount of backlash. There were like maybe a couple of people that were like not super happy that I threw this out. It wasn't like super hated or anything like that. But I realized like a day or two after I threw out this tweet, I forgot something that I completely forgot. And the thing that I forgot is that when new Kingdom Hearts content comes out, the fan base just loves to go off the rails. They love to go ape shit. They love to analyze and overanalyze every small little detail. They love to go hype over like the smallest little things. And there's nothing wrong with that inherently. Like, people are allowed to enjoy the franchise however which way they want to. For some people, that might be the way that they most enjoy the franchise, is overanalyzing every small little detail and coming up with theories and like speculating what might happen in the future and what might actually be going on, and content like that. Like, that's fine. People are totally within their right to do that, and I'm not trying to say that people can't do that. And honestly, like within the first few days, you gotta let them have their fun. You gotta let those people have their fun and do their thing. And I think, yeah, no, that's what I realized after I threw out this tweet, is that I forgot is that people just want to have their fun, and honestly, you should just kind of let them have it. And what I should have done is I probably should have taken this tweet and I should have saved it for a few days afterwards so that we could all kind of cool off and come together and be like, all right, cool. So, guys, 979, you guys are fucking up. This is not it. First of all, if we go to the source of the hidden meaning of 979, and we actually click on the website, guys, this is Sacred Scribes Angel Numbers.blogspot. It is a blogspot post from March 27th, 2012. Like, guys, I think this ain't it. All right, like I get the overanalyzation bit, but like this is not a good source of information at all. This is not a good credible source. And then, oh shoot, I forgot actually. If we go through this tweet, Sham responded, every site has a different meaning for 979. If you look up 979, the number, there's literally like 50 different possible meanings for that number. This one particular meaning right here, it might not even be right, but exactly. No, that's the thing. I love you Kingdom Hearts fans, but some of you guys reach really hard. And not only do you reach really hard, like it's okay to reach, and it's okay to, make theories and make, speculate a little bit. But I think it's another thing to look at something like that and immediately assume that it's correct. That like letting your confirmation bias like take over and thinking like, this is totally intended. This is totally exactly what Nomura thought of when he wrote down the number 979. Nomura is a genius. He's been planning this all along. When it gets to that point is when I'm like, okay, guys, we need to take a step back. This is not the first example of this. You guys remember when the Strazelia information hit, and everybody was making this making the connection between Strazelia and the Reaper on the back of Marluxia's third form in Kingdom Hearts Recom. Everybody was immediately like, oh my god, Marluxia's nobody in Chain of Memories is Strelitzia. But yeah, so like everybody was like, oh my god, this is it. This is exactly what it is. It's 100%. That nobody is Strelitzia, 100%. No matter what, there is no possible way it couldn't be that. And the confirmation bias just fucking takes over, dude. Not even for a second do these people think to themselves that it might not actually be that. It might be that if you reach hard, like if you think about it hard enough, there's a possibility that it could be that. But to these guys, it's like, no, it's that 100%. And I've run into these people too, where they're like, no, how do you guys not see it? Absolutely. And not only is it Strelitzia, Nomura has been planning Strelitzia since Recom. Strelitzia has been in the works since 2008. Oh my god, Nomura is the greatest writer. He's so gigabrain. He's been planning this shit since 2008. I can't believe it. He's had this. He's been waiting. He's been waiting, and now he's finally there, dude. He's the master plan. He's the man with the master plan. I think it's okay to reach, and if you enjoy doing that sort of thing, it's totally okay. But I think some fans definitely take it one step further, and it's a little. It's kind of where I'm sitting in my chair, and I'm just like, man, y'all guys crazy. You guys are reaching. I'm not against it. I think it would be kind of potentially cool, but like these guys like take it one step further, I swear to God. He probably just made that design and then added Strelitzia later. Yeah, no, I think that's kind of true too. I think that's probably the most logical conclusion there if Nomura wanted to go that route. Writers purposely makes sure to write some threads that go nowhere so that later on it can be used to make the story fuller. You see it in most fiction. Yeah, there was a tweet out there, and I think it would be... I wish I saved it because it would be perfect in this situation. This is a writing technique that like a shit ton of other writers use. It's like retroactive continuity or something like that, or retroactive writing. It's something to that effect. But essentially, yeah, it's like you write things that are relatively vague and easy to fill in the gaps like later on, and then like 5-10 years down the road, you fill in those gaps. Yeah, exactly. The Gardner style of writing, where like you plant the seed and you just kind of like let it sit there, and then you wait for it to grow, and you're like, okay, cool, now I can add more onto it later. It's the same thing with like Xigbar turning into Lushu eventually, and was it Luxord eventually having even more backstory to him. Like this is cool. There's nothing wrong with this level of storytelling. It's just when people go off the rails and start crowning Nomura as like the best writer of all time, and like he's the most creative writer, no one else does things like he does, we're going on Nomura's wild ride. It's like, come, like guys, like I know you like this guy, but like this is like this is not a uncommon thing. All right, it's not a bad thing, and I'm not trying to say Nomura's a hack out here, or he's like not creative. That's kind of the point. That's the point of this whole talk. I think a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans reach a little bit, and not only do they reach, they suddenly put Tetsuya Nomura on a pillar, and they're like, this guy is just the pinnacle of writing. He's so smart. He's got it all planned out. The man with the master plan. It's like, guys, come on, look at the way the guy writes. Like clearly, like it's good, but like you gotta like step back and we shouldn't deify this guy. Basically, some of the connections he's retroactively made are really cool, but it's naive to think they're all planned from day one. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. It gets really exhausting when people start treating Nomura as if he's actually a god, and they start putting him on this pedestal. Guys, really, you guys should really play other games. I don't have any games in particular outside of like, I don't know, Yoko Taro and the Drakengard and Nier series, but like there are other franchises out there and there are other writers out there that can do the stuff Nomura does. Not to say that Nomura is bad, but like we shouldn't put this guy on a pedestal. Yeah, what else? Oh yeah, so I've got this, what is it? I've got this tweet. So this is the Dream Eater thing. So the Dream Eater thing, like all the Union Cross members, Keyblade members turn into Dream Eaters, right? And Buns' tweet is, I appreciate how the Kingdom Hearts community is in complete shambles now for talking shit about Dream Eaters all these years. Hindsight is a beautiful thing. And I'm like, bro, I don't know if I agree with that. It's cool. Like the Dream Eater thing is neat. It's like this neat little lore bit that they kind of threw in, that Nomura threw into Union Cross. It's neat, but I don't think it really changes how people look at Dream Eaters. If you like Dream Eaters from the very beginning, then I'm sure you like this new edition. You think it's like super cool. But if you didn't like Dream Eaters from the very beginning, I don't think that this really changes anything for you. Yeah, I love Buns, but like Buns and a lot of other people, they tend to get super hyperbolic, especially on Twitter. They get very, very hyperbolic about the franchise, and it's like it's a cool thing, the Dream Eater thing. It's a cool thing, but like it's definitely not earth shattering. That's for sure. Riku is a Dream Eater in Dream Drop. Wouldn't that require a human and a Chirithy to fuse? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. I honestly think she was just messing around. I followed Buns for a while, and a lot of the time you can never really tell. Especially when new Kingdom Hearts content comes out, Buns tends to be like very, very genuine and like she wears her heart on her sleeve when it comes to talking about Kingdom Hearts and just loving the shit out of it. So I don't think that she's messing around here. It sounds half serious, half fun. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing with like KZ, where he's just kind of like around and he's like having a good time and he's just enjoying the Kingdom Hearts content. But at the same time, I look at a tweet like this and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know about that. But yeah, I thought Master of Masters was dope as shit, dude. I'm like, if anything, dude, I'm actually part of the hype train in some capacity. I'm like, dude, we have a villain. We have a villain with a motivation, and he feels like he's an actual character, and we have forward momentum all of a sudden. Like it feels like things are kind of coming together around this guy, and if we can just like focus on that a little bit more, I think shit's gonna be pretty dope in the future. I'm really excited. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait, man. I hope they keep going. I hope they keep going because this shit's dope. This shit is great.